Ancient Nine Mystery School, Saint Germain. Since the Red Moon and the 9/11 sacrifices, so much has happened. And there's a good reason that I call it the 9/11 sacrifice, because I've been paying attention to the patterns for a while. And of course, we already know about the biggest sacrifices during 9/11. But what we're going through and experiencing, whether people will want to admit it or not, is Charles Manson's vision. That was called Helter Skelter. And what he wanted to do, and the killing that he had orchestrated with his minions, he wanted to cause a race war between the blacks, as they say, the blacks. I call my melanated brothers and sisters, and of course, the whites. And of course, it didn't go through. It just all backfired, and all of them went to prison for it. Now, what I have found throughout history when I look at these situations is that the most dangerous people in the world are the people who believe the lies. And those who believe the lies are under a spell. And those who are under a spell are very destructive people. They're very destructive because it's disrespectful not to be authentic. And when you're under a spell, you're not being yourself, you're not being authentic. And that's the best way they can use you. That's the best way that they use the tool of AI, alien intelligence, artificial intelligence. They use it against you. And the reason why these people are so dangerous is because once they believe the lie, they get a key in their back and they want a scapegoat. So recently during the 9/11 sacrifices that started most active during the blood moon with the media, black colleges have been threatened. You know, they needed that one situation. So the thing with the train was a good reason to amp everybody up. Better reason for the National Guard to go into Chicago. Everybody's fueled by blacks are the scapegoat. They're the evil ones. They're doing it again. They're causing all the problems. But yeah, we know those who experience that's not the case. But now we see that there are higher forces than the evil force controlling the world that look out for melanated people, because we were finna be the scapegoat, and then we saw what really happens, and that means that there's evil in every vessel. Both the left and right are owned by the same power, and that power, when you go far up that pyramid, is demonic in nature. So you're not going to be able to use melanated people as a scapegoat anymore. Because now, with information, we realize that there is a lot of MK Ultra schemes that have been going on. Even before Charles Manson and this Helter Skelter vision. But now we see y'all's game plan. Because they was getting ready to paint a beautiful picture. And yet and still, even though we have just found out that the sniper shooter was Caucasian, some kind of way we still want to hang on to the melanated people being the scapegoat. This is not being racial. This is the truth. This is what's going on. The vision of Helter Skelter. See, I don't celebrate death, and neither do I mourn it, because I have an understanding of the way evil spirits work. And many people by now that call themselves scholars or philosophers or people that study in the occult, you should be aware that we are knee deep, if not waist deep, are up to our necks now at this point in spiritual warfare. And in this warfare, the source, those who are chosen, those who are from the source, our higher selves are not going to allow ourselves to be the victims. So all that yeehaw and all that goddamn country boy ass mega shit, that ain't going to work, because you're going to do it to the wrong people. And I believe that was mercy, because it was getting ready. I'm glad. I'm not happy what happened, but I'm understanding now why the trajectory changed. Yeah, man, the most dangerous people in the world are the people who believe the lies, who let the media put the key in their back and go act out of ignorance. Like listening to a song and I want to kill people because the song got me crunk. Those are weak people. And weakness is a security breach. It's weakness. When you got to watch television and it hits your emotions so easily that you want to go out and hurt somebody else because of somebody on television. You know, I got a friend that was very emotional about Hulk Hogan. You know, he never knew about how Hulk Hogan really felt about melanated people. He only knew about the wrestling thing. And I believe that he just had stopped believing that wrestling was real, along with Jerry Springer and all the other shit that's orchestrated on stage. So, you know, my point is, man, look, when you grown, we know that Santa Claus don't exist. We know that wrestling isn't real. We know that there's no Easter Bunny. And we know that half the shit that they've been telling us for years now all leads to our self-destruction. So, if you are naive enough to keep believing psyops and psychological operations, then I'm not going to have no mercy on you. If you want to call yourself mad and want to hurt somebody's auntie, you want to hurt somebody's daughter, hurt somebody's son, or somebody's mother, I have no mercy for you. I'm not going to cry a river for anybody that was about that kind of shit, because there are no such thing as a specific physical devils. It's all spiritual. They tricked us into believing that there are not shayateens or demonic spirits that we coexist in this dimension with. But it's true. And the ones who are in power that control the whole planet or plane, they answer to the archonic spirits that sit in the realms amongst us. So the hierarchy is evil because this realm is ran by the fallen. Whether you want to call it heaven or the place that the dimensions that the Anunnaki came from, there's so many different interpretations, but this is a true interpretation. There is evil and there is good. And those who follow the laws of nature in righteousness and don't get caught up in the scheme of tricknology, who don't crash out. That's what we used to call them, crash dummies, man. Hey, go do this, go do that, man. Let's, watch Minister Society, and then you want to go kill somebody in the store, man. That's a crash dummy, man. And unfortunately, 85% of the population is looking like that, man, because you easily get moved by the box of lies, the television programs. That's why I say that the most dangerous people in the world are those who believe the lie. So, man, just understand, you are what you eat, man. Don't believe anything that you have been told or taught by a machine. And AI, or alien intelligence, we are the original aliens. We are the aliens. And we are the intelligent. So utilize the technology. What made people gods back then were the fact they were able to utilize the technology for the masses. Once you understand that this artificial intelligence is our creation, subconsciously, it's the Akashic field. That's what it is. They just have so many different names, they confuse everyone. Understanding the spirit and the unseen is the key to our spiritual evolution. Ancient Nine Mystery School, Saint Germain.